I am on my way to work this morning, and no, I'm not off-roading on the way there. I just live on a dirt road. I apologize for the corner of the rearview mirror in the view, but it is what it is. Anyway, just a quick little video to explain what overlanding is and what this channel is. First of all, I just bought 2003 Xterra four-wheel drive. It's got the 3.3 liter V6 in it, limited slip rear diff, and I did have a Ford Explorer. Well, I still have the Ford Explorer, but once I bought this, my wife took it over. But I was getting that fitted out for overlanding, and although Ford has a pretty good four-wheel drive platform, and the Explorer is a really good platform, it just doesn't have the capabilities, the full capabilities that I need, and the Xterra does. In fact, I'm finding out the Xterra is a really good four-wheel drive platform. Anyway, so this page is, I'm going to be documenting the fit out and build up of the Xterra for overlanding, and also obviously taking some videos and stuff, videos and pictures of just some little short off-road expeditions, overland trips, camping, hunting, fishing with the Xterra. So what is overlanding? Overlanding, by definition, is typically self-contained single vehicle camping where the destination excuse me, the destination is less of the adventure, and the journey is the focus. The destination, unless you're on a family camping trip or there's a specific place you want to stop, overlanding is not even about the destination. Single vehicle, a lot of overland YouTubers and stuff, we see them using like off-road camping trailers, and you've got like these massive power supply, water supply. I mean, overlanding has become a big thing, and so it gets kind of expensive to fit out your vehicle for overlanding. I am a pastor, and to supplement my income from the church, I work at a local gas station. So everything I do is going to be very budget friendly. Some of which, that's why it's going to take probably about 2 years for me to fit this thing completely out. You know, some of the equipment and stuff I'll have to save to be able to put it on. I'm hoping to eventually be able to get some sponsors, so that I can either do this at least part-time, if not full-time. You know, just kind of make this gig my job. But for me, it's not about making the money. It's not about making it my income. It's about the fun of the off-roading. Where did it start? Many sources, if you look it up, many of the sources say that overlanding started in Australia, in the outback, and basically they call it overland travel. And basically in Australia, because the outback is so extensive and there's such a wide expanse in between civilizations, and a lot of times civilizations are nothing more than a petrol station, as they would probably call it, or a bar, and or anyway, and you know, so American and Western European expeditioners, you know, would go out on hunting trips, gold mining trips, and you know, they would see this overlanding setup, and it caught on in the U.S. And Western Europe. But most of the Western European overlanders, they come over to the U.S. to do overlanding, or they go to Africa. But that's the expensive route. I'm not going the expensive route. I had a little bit of gear on my Explorer, and I am transferring it over to the Xterra, because my wife said, quote, please get all this off-road crap off of my car. So I'm getting all my off-road crap off of her car and putting it on my car. Is there one size fits all fit out or gearing up? Yes and no. There are basics that you need for overlanding. You need a capable vehicle. Most vehicles with the factory stock suspension are not going to give you the clearance you need for some of the technical spots that you'll be going over. The Xterra, the factory specs say that I have like 10-inch clearance, and their clearance estimates come from measuring to the ground from the lowest hanging point of the vehicle. So I would like to get a few more inches of clearance. So this is probably one of the last things I'm going to do, but I'm going to do a 3-inch leveling lift, which will add 3 inches of clearance. This truck comes stock with 28-inch tires. I want to put 32s on it, or 31s actually. If you convert from aspect ratio to inches, this probably has 30 by 10.5 sitting on 16-inch rims. I want to put, I'm sorry, 28 by 10.5. I want to put 31 by, no, I would like to go 12-inch wide, but I want to, yeah, 31 by 12-inch on the 16-inch rims. But probably one of the last things I'm going to do is the suspension, because it is kind of expensive, and with the suspension lift will be when I replace the tires. The truck came with General Grabber AT2 all-season, all-terrain. I would like to put the Nexum mud terrains or mud tracks on them, and that'll give me another, if I go to the 31, actually technically the 31.5, but they call them 31s. If I go to the 31s, that'll give me an extra 1.5 inches of clearance as well, so that'll give me an extra 4.5 inches of clearance. The actual gear that I have an inflatable mattress that fits the back end of SUVs. I have an SUV tent, which has a sock on one of the tent that wraps around the back end of the SUV. I've got an awning, recovery mats, recovery ropes and straps. I've got a shovel on it. I also have a Rhino rack, fishing rod, fishing pole holders for the top. That's not necessarily part of overlanding, but I live at a lake and I do a lot of fishing. So that Rhino rack, pole rack comes in handy. Other stuff that I plan on eventually getting, that I would say is necessary for overlanding, just in case things get a little too technical and you bottom out, or you definitely want a high lift jack. It's one of those old style bumper lift jacks from the 60s and 70s, but it's made specifically for off-roading. A winch, 12,000 pound Badlands winch. Badlands comes from Harbor Freight. It's about $300. The one I was looking at, which for off-road winches is a pretty good price. That's one of the things I'm probably going to save up for. The tires and suspension, excuse me. The tires and suspension I will definitely have to save up for. The Xterra and the Frontier with the off-road package, along with the gear rack or luggage rack, comes with a basket that goes over the cab. My basket's sitting literally right here, right over my head, and I plan on building a bracket on that basket, so that I can secure some Rotopack fuel and water cells. I'd like to get about 5 gallons each of those. I am going to take the bumper cap off of this, and I'm a welder, so I'm going to put I'm going to custom build an off-road bumper and grill guard with a winch plate on it. Some people do the rooftop tents. I don't really want to do a rooftop tent because it's going to get in the way of me putting gear up there. Food, clothing, stuff like that. You know, put in some totes, good heavy-duty totes. Strap them to the top. I will not be towing a trailer off-road in this. That's just an extra 2,500, 3,000 pounds that I don't want to carry, which will slow me down and drastically cut down my climbing capabilities. So anyways, that's just some of the things that I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be putting a power converter in here to power camp lights, coffee pot. I'm a coffee guy. I got to have my coffee in the morning. I'm not a Starbucks guy. Starbucks is crazy. I just need my coffee pot. But those are some of the things I'm going to be putting on here. Like I said, I have a shovel. I'm going to get a high lift jack along with the high lift jack and the shovel. I'm also probably going to be doing definitely getting an axe, and even probably a 24 volt DeWalt 12-inch bar battery powered chainsaw, you know, to kind of help clear some windfall and some brush and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. As far as gear goes, you're going to have to figure out what's comfortable for you and what works best for you and what works best for your vehicle. You're going to spend a lot of money. Even if you're doing a budget fit out, you're going to be spending a lot of money finding the equipment that you like, that's comfortable for you, that works for your rig, has the capabilities for what you want to do. You know, unless I'm going to be staying in a spot for a couple of days, or I have my family or someone else with me. When I'm overlanding, I probably won't even set up the tent. I've got an awning that I can set up, that I can cook under. I may or may not set up the tent for one night or whatever, but the tent will be with me. You may find that you like the roof racks yourself. That works better for you. For me, I just don't like the idea of the rooftop tent. I live in a very windy area, and even folded down, those rooftop tents are kind of like a kite, you know. And the wind comes, and average wind through the passes around here where I live are between 20 and 30 miles an hour, and we easily gust up into 50 to 80 miles an hour, especially during the transitional seasons like autumn and spring. But anyways, you know, buy what you like, spend what you like, find what's comfortable for you. what works best for your vehicle and is capable for the type of overlanding you want to do. And yeah, that's it. That's what this channel is. It's just going to be videos of me building out my rig and overlanding and off-roading. So I hope you enjoy the channel. I do have an actual video camera that will take wide-angle shots instead of the narrow up and down shots from my phone camera. So I will be starting to use that, and so the videos will be a little bit easier to watch. But anyways, I'm hoping to get a lot of followers, reach out to a lot of people. And I know we have a lot of overland and off-road, channels and websites and all that already all over the place. But overlanding and off-roading is one of those things that's constantly evolving, and what works for one person doesn't work for another person. Most of these quote budget builds are still out of my price range. I don't make a lot of money. So, combined, well, I'm not going to tell you that, but combined, my wife and I make a fair amount of money, but we're still considered on the high end of poverty or low end of middle class. So, even some of the budget-friendly builds, they just don't fit my pocketbook. So, basically, what I am doing is going to be finding decent equipment for inexpensive prices, as inexpensive as possible, and showing you how to use them and how well they work. And I may end up having to upgrade a few things. Excuse me. The air is cold and dry here. I'm in Kern County Mountains. We just had that 2023s. We just had that series of winter storms come through, and it's messing with me. But anyway, so I hope you enjoy the channel. I hope I'm able to post some content that's fun and is helpful, and just want to share. I'm 48 this year. I'll be 49 at the end of the year, and my goal is by the end of my 50th year, I will have this truck fully fitted out, and I will at least be doing the California segment of the Pacific Crest Overland Trail. That's my goal. I'd eventually like to take this thing out to Moab. I've seen videos and pictures of guys in Xterras that are minimally modded or not modded at all, and they're out there doing a Hell's Gate and everything else. So, I'd like to even maybe go to Moab as well eventually. But anyways, I'm rambling now. I got to clock in 5 minutes, and so I will let you guys go. If there's any kind of content that you'd like to see, just message me, and I'll see what I can do.